Hello everyone and welcome to the 2021 Virtual Volley Gays Pride celebration. Hello, happy Pride. Woo, the hype is real. Woo. Hey it's Pride month. Finally it's the month where I can call every minor convenience to me homophobic. It's June, which means it's illegal to be straight. Anyone caught not being gay will be immediately reported to the FBI. Hey gays, happy Pride. Oh wait, I have one, too. Are you made of gallium and yttrium? Because you seem to be. Wow, I've never heard that one before. Me neither, I don't really get it. I was being sarcastic, Shoyo. Oh, I can explain it for you, Hinata. Kuro's explained it to me so many times that I finally understand it. Cool. Please send it in PMs. Okay, guys, let's make a rainbow. Come on guys, we've messed it up already. No, I'm starting. Shit. Sorry bro, it's okay bro, great minds think alike. No, you two just share a brain cell, you can have it bro, it's June, gays go first, thanks bro, let's just start again. Guys stop, I know you did that on purpose, who us, we would never, let's try this one more time. Dude, what the hell, I'm orange. Oh sorry, I didn't know we had to stick to our colors. Oh my god, why is this so difficult? Let's go in the same order we did last time, but Maki and Matson are not allowed to do blue and purple. Wait, then who's doing blue and purple? You can do blue, and Iwa-chan can have purple. I don't want to participate in this. Oh my god, I'll do purple, okay. Finally. Okay, I'm gonna take over now, thank you. So today's gay agenda includes some viewer questions that will prompt some discussions as we make our way through the LGBTQA acronym. Wait, what viewers? That's not important. And we also have another activity that will run throughout the event thanks to a suggestion from Matsukawa and Hanamaki. If you two could please introduce that for us. Why did we let them submit ideas? Rude. You haven't even heard it yet. Dude, that's homophobic. Oh sorry, please bless us with your idea. So we have modified a classic alignment chart for this event, which we will be filling out according to your nominations as we make our way through the acronym today. That looks cool. Great. Does anyone have any questions before we start? Does it have to be related to this? Preferably. Then no, I'm good. Okay, let's get started then. First up is L, so I would like to invite the lesbians to introduce themselves with their identity and pronouns. Hey, I'm Kaori, I'm a lesbian, she/her, I'm Yukia, I'm still not sure if I'm bi or a lesbian, but I've decided to go in the lesbian category today, she/her, I'm Yachi, lesbian, she/her, thank you, thanks everyone. Our focus question is from Haruko, who asks, if I'm in a relationship with a boy, then one day I suddenly like a girl who cares for me and being there for me time to time and helping me with my past, does that mean that I'm bi/pan/demi? Or should I say that is that really the relationship like? By the way, anyone can join in the discussion, but we're focusing on one identity group for each, so I'm assuming this is a girl who has thought she was straight but now is wondering if she is attracted to girls too. Sounds like it. Okay, yeah. A very relatable experience. Girls are great, so I don't blame you. Honestly, from what she described, it doesn't really match my experience of being attracted to women. Like, do pretty girls make your heart beat super fast and your brain turn to mush? I love how that's the best way you can describe it. Your gay panic is very valid, but that's not the only way to experience attraction. But yet I don't see anything particularly romantic in what she described. I think it would be good to think about how you feel towards women in general. Could you see yourself dating a girl? Do you want to kiss a girl? Yeah, that's also kinda similar to what I've been trying to work out with if I'm bi or a lesbian. You have to think critically about what you're feeling and how society influences how you interpret what you're feeling. Like, do I think Harry Styles is hot because I'm attracted to him or because I admire his androgynous style and energy? Yes, there's a lot of different things to consider and you don't have to figure it all out straight away. I would also like to add that the relationship she described sounds a lot like a queer platonic relationship to me. Just because you feel a close bond with someone doesn't mean it has to be romantic. Also, to me is on the A spectrum, not the multi-spectrum. That's a whole other conversation, and you don't have to define yourself based on one experience. It's okay to be unsure for a while as you're experiencing new things and figuring things out. Don't get caught up on trying to label yourself. You don't even have to have a label ever if you don't find one that fits. I hope Haruko found something in there useful, and good luck on your journey of self-discovery. Okay, we are now accepting nominations for the alignment chart. I think we all know Yachi is the disaster lesbian. Yup. Okay, I accept my fate. Which way around do we think Yuki-e and Kaori should go? Functional or distinguished? I think I deserve to be distinguished. Cockiness can either be a point for or against being distinguished. I think it's a point for. Can we have a second opinion that isn't Oikawa? Yuki-e can eat 5 onigiri at once. I think that's distinguished. Questionable, but I'm willing to accept it. Kaori-san was also a very functional manager, so I think it fits well. Kaori's definitely more functional than Yuki-e. Alrighty, give me a second. Okay, here is our alignment chart so far. Okay, thanks everyone. Now let's move to G. Can all the gays please introduce yourselves? And I know we have some A-specs who also identify as gay, but since we've got a lot of gays and not many A-specs, please save your introductions for later. As you all know, I am the great King Oikawa, gay as fuck, he/him, Iwaizumi, gay, about to throw a volleyball at Oikawa's head, he/him, mean. I'm gonna put us back on the right path here. Daichi, gay, he/him, I'm Sugawara or just Suga, gay, he/him, I'm Bokuto and I'm gay, he/him, Akashi, gay, I identify with he/him but I don't mind other pronouns. I'm Tendo, I'm gay, I'm he/him, my name is Ushijima, I also identify as gay, and my preferred pronouns are he/him, I'm Lef, gay, he/him, Tsukishima, gay, he/him, I'm Yamaguchi, gay, he/they please. Did you change your pronouns since last time? Yeah, I've recently started thinking I might be non-binary. That's awesome. Congrats. Thanks. Fuck the gender binary, am I right? Yeah, I guess. Cool, I think that's everyone. We got a few different questions about coming out, so this will be our focus for this section. Sparks28 asks, any tips for coming out to your family, for those who have? Maybe for those who weren't completely sure of it yet? Bex would like to ask, how did you come out, and tips on / how to come out to homophobic parents? And Whisper asks, I want to tell my family about my sexuality. I think that I'm aromatic / asexual, but I'm not sure if my family will accept me. I was wondering if anyone had any advice or kind words for me. I want to start by saying that you don't need to rush yourself to come out. It's okay to take your time and wait until you're ready and wanting to come out, and if that's never, that's okay too. You don't have to come out. Yes, that's very important to remember. Coming out isn't the be-all and end-all of being queer. It may seem like it from mainstream TV shows and movies, but coming out is only the most important thing for the straight people you're coming out to. For yourself, it's only one small part of a larger journey. If you think you want to start coming out, I would recommend starting with any LGBTQ and people you know. Personally, I find it a lot easier than coming out to straight people. Yeah, I agree, especially with sexualities that are often misunderstood like aroace. If you come out to a queer person, they're much more likely to know what the identity means and at least be more sympathetic and open, even if they don't know much about it. Close friends and family members like siblings or cousins who you know will be supportive are also a good place to start, so you can build up a support network before you move on to people who might not be as understanding. Yet if anything, it's good to get some practice on coming out to people you think will be easier first. You don't just come out once. You have to come out constantly throughout your life, so that way you can build your confidence and hopefully it will get easier. When you decide to come out, there are lots of different ways to do it. It can be as casual or serious as you make it. That's up to you and your situation. Yeah, like I came out to my parents by making a cake and writing "surprise I'm bi" on it. Bonus points if you're good enough at baking to make layers inside to match your flag. I was too nervous to do it in person, so I wrote my parents a letter and they came and talked to me about it after they'd read it. That's a good idea, then you don't end up freaking out and saying the wrong thing or never finding the right opportunity to bring it up. I was just talking to my family about my crush and my mum asked if I was gay and I said yes. Did you mention that it was a guy? Yeah, but I didn't say he was my crush. I imagine it would have been pretty obvious. Oh, man, you have to have guts to talk about your crush to your family when you're not even out. Personally, my favorite way to come out is to casually throw it into the conversation, and most people just take a mental note instead of having to have an intimate conversation about it. I think people don't say anything about it because they already assumed you had a thing for Iwaizumi and were just getting confirmation. Well, either way it works. I came out by saying I had an announcement to make and getting my family to sit down, and I told them, that's like the traditional and formal way to do it, but it's not the only option. One of the questions mentioned coming out if you're unsure about your identity. For that I'd say that you don't have to come out if you're unsure, but if you do want to, start with just a few trusted people until you've figured yourself out a bit better, so you don't have to come out to lots of people again if you change your label. Yeah, and I'd definitely recommend, if you can, to talk to a few people about it first who might be able to help you figure things out. Sometimes it's helpful to have an outsider's perspective who knows about different identities. That really helped me when I was questioning my sexuality. And if homophobia is an issue, please make sure you're safe before you come out. If that means waiting until you can financially support yourself first, then it's better to wait than be kicked out. Yes, it can also be good to test how your family might react by bringing up LGBTQ and topics, or saying a friend recently came out and see what they say. That can be a helpful indication, but they could still react differently when you come out in either a good way or bad way. Like, they could be okay with other people being gay when it doesn't affect them, but not okay with their child being gay, or they could be homophobic towards others but still accept and love their child unconditionally. It's hard to know, but it's good to be prepared for it to go either way. I'd like to add that it's better to think of coming out not as an obligation but as a way to let people know about an important part of you, and it's up to you who you let in and when. Thank you, everyone. This is a big topic, but I think we've had a lot of good inputs and perspectives. Any nominations for Distinguished Gay? Me. You give more of a disaster gay vibe, tbh. Rude. How about Akashi? I second that. I'm not really distinguished. Shut up. Yes you are. See, even Kenma agrees. Fine. Okay, Distinguished Gay goes to Akashi. Do we have any takers for Functional Gay? Suga-san. I like to think of myself more of a chaotic good kind of gay. I can respect that. Daichi-san. Yeah, seems legit. I'll take it. We may have a lot of contenders for this one, but disaster gay? Oikawa. I'm not a disaster. I'm well put together, if you say so. Left's a disaster, but is he a disaster gay or just a general disaster? Good point. Can Kageyama be included? Yeah, I don't mind being in the gay category. Then he's definitely a gay disaster. PFF. Yeah, I can see that. You got a problem with that, huh? Nope. You're perfect just the way you are. Oh, shit, I mean, fuck off. Wait, no. Yup, that's a gay disaster if I've ever seen one. I'm sold. Okay, here's our updated alignment chart. Looking good. Great, now let's move on to B for bi, including pan/omni/polysexual. Please introduce yourselves. Hey, I'm Itsumu. I'm bi, he/him. Osamu, bi, he/him. Is it genetic or is my annoying brother copying me? We may never know. Since when am I the annoying brother? Since we were born. How the fuck can you think you're not the annoying brother? You're both annoying. Shut up. I know you really love me. That doesn't stop you from being annoying. I'm Nishinoya and I'm bi, he/him. I'm Kyoko, pan, she/her. Matsukawa, I put the bi in bitch, he/him. Hey, I was gonna do that, too slow. Hanamaki, bi, he/him. I'm Yaku, bi, he/him. Well, that's one thing we can agree on. I'm Kuro, I'm bi or pan or something, I'm not sure, he/him. Hinata, omni, he/him. Kuro-san, have you considered omnisexual and polysexual? If bi and pan don't quite fit, maybe one of these will. What are they? Is polysexual like polyamory? Cuz I've definitely considered polyamory. No, polysexual is being attracted to multiple but not all genders, and omnisexual is being attracted to all genders but gender has an influence in your attraction. Oh okay, that's interesting. I like the pan label because I feel like I'm just attracted to people regardless of gender, but I still tend to be into guys a lot more often, so I'm not sure it fits. Omni can be all genders but with a preference as well. Okay, I might think on that some more. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. Cool, thanks guys. Our discussion question this time is from Potato, who asks, how did you realize you are however you identify? What was your awakening? Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, absolutely not. What can I say? I have a taste for trash men. Rude. While we're on cartoons, I like pretty much everyone from Kim Possible. Oh my gosh, yes, I thought Shago was so cool. Mine was the Haba siblings. So you do have a crush on my sister? Not anymore, don't worry. I mean, I had a crush on Kenma since I knew what a crush was, so it's more of a question of how I realized I liked other people. Oh, you two are so cute. Me and Akashi were each other's gay awakening, right Akashi? Yes. When I first saw Bokuto playing volleyball, I knew I had to get closer to him. I knew it. My awakenings were Kyoko-san and Asahi-san. This is turning into everyone just saying that their boyfriends were their awakenings. Like, we get it. You were also my awakening, Tsuki. Well, I'd hope so. You were sticking to me so much in middle school, I would be concerned if someone else had been your awakening. If we're done talking about our first crushes, I would like to nominate Matson and myself as your resident disaster buys. Here, here. Hey, what about me? I'm a chaotic disaster buy. Sorry, but we're in charge and I think we're bigger disasters. You can have an honorable mention. Ugh, fine. Do we have any takers for distinguished buy? Kyoko-san. Actually, yeah, that fits very well. I agree, she is very distinguished. Okay, how about functional buy? Maybe Yaku-san, or Kuro-san. I'm the captain, I should be more functional, but I'm apparently the team mom. As someone who was also called the team mom, I can vouch for Kuro. Ah, thanks Akashi. I'll accept Kuro as functional buy. Here's our current alignment chart. Great, looks like we're ready to move on to T for trans and non-binary. Please introduce yourselves with your gender identity and pronouns. I'm Hinata. I'm FTM trans, he/him, kuni me, agender, any pronouns. I'm Yamaguchi. I'm kinda new to this, but I currently identify as non-binary, he/they. Thanks everyone. We have 2 questions for you. Kill_UA asks for some tips on dealing with dysphoria, and Hazel asks, how did you realize you were trans? Was it all of a sudden, or did you slowly put everything together? Did you know about transgender people, or did you look it up? When I'm feeling dysphoric, it usually helps to distract myself with other things. I like going on runs because the exercise makes me feel good and I don't have to be thinking about anything else. It can also be good to talk to someone about it, since it's usually all in your head and an outsider's perspective can be really affirming. Like if I talk to Kageyama about it, he'll usually tell me I'm being stupid and argue with me, which makes me feel better. How the fuck does that make you feel better? Because he's arguing that my dysphoria is stupid and I'm fine the way I am. Okay. I don't get a lot of dysphoria, but sometimes I feel a bit suffocated by things that are heavily gendered and people expecting me to be a certain way. So when that happens, I try to distance myself from gender and embrace the void. Embracing the void sounds nice, tbh. You should try it sometime. I've been getting into androgynous fashion, and putting on nice outfits gives me a lot of confidence when I'm feeling down. Yet I also have lots of little things I do with my clothes or accessories or hair that can be very affirming. And, for the realizing I was non-binary question, I'm still kind of in the process, and it's been a gradual thing. It's really helped me to hear about other people's experiences with non-binary genders and seeing what I relate to. For me, I always kind of felt a disconnect with my gender, so when I first heard about agender it just clicked. Yet I felt like a boy for as long as I can remember, and my family was pretty supportive, so they just went with it. They did talk to me about what it meant to be transgender when I was in elementary school, so that's how I knew what it was and that I was different from other kids. Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know anything about trans identities until I met you, and then I looked it up and started to learn more. It's great that you all managed to get to where you are today by taking your own different paths. It's also great that we have exactly 3 trans/NB people for our alignment chart. Yes, of course, the most important thing, exactly. Personally, I think Kunimi is a very distinguished individual. Thanks, Senpai. You've taught me well by showing me what not to do. There is a fine line between disaster and distinguished which you have mastered. Well, I don't know if either of the other two are functional, yet probably not me. I feel like Hinata functions in certain situations. That's good enough for me. Awesome, thanks guys. Now we're up to Q for queer/questioning. Anyone who isn't straight but doesn't identify with the other labels, please introduce yourself. Hey, it's me, Kunimi again. I identify as queer. Any pronouns? I'm Terushima. I don't like labels, but I'm definitely not straight. He/him. I'm Kageyama. This shit is complicated and I can't be bothered trying to label it. He/him. Cool. Your question is just a quick one from me. What does queer mean to you? Gender is fake, so I like how queer has no reference to gender. It's just very fluid and open and doesn't define itself. As I said, I don't really identify with any label. I don't like to define my attraction. It just is what it is. I like using queer as a way to describe myself, but not as a strict label. To me it says I'm not straight while keeping everyone guessing, including myself, about the specifics. For me, queer is a way to describe myself when I don't know how to describe myself. It's hard for me to pinpoint exactly what's going on with my attraction, and it's so complicated with things like romantic versus sexual attraction and different genders at different times. I don't care about labels enough to try to work everything out perfectly. All I know is I like my boyfriend, so queer works fine for me. That was very interesting. Thanks guys. We don't have a column for you guys cause there was quite a bit of overlap, and now Kageyama and Kunimi are already on the chart, so hopefully that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. I feel like I'm a mix of all three anyway. No box can contain me. Valid. Next we have A for aromantic and asexual. It could also be agender, but we've already discussed that earlier. So can my aces and aroes please introduce yourselves? I'm an Ashita. I'm aroace. He/him. Kenma. Demi. Romantic/sexual. And gay. He/him. I guess. I'm Asahi. Gray aroace. He/him. Sakusa. Homoromantic asexual. He/him. Could everyone also give a quick explanation in case some people aren't familiar with aspec labels? Yeah, sure. Aroace is aromantic and asexual, which means I don't experience any romantic or sexual attraction to any gender. My romantic attraction is towards men and I don't experience sexual attraction. I'm also sex-averse, which isn't an orientation but describes my feelings towards myself being involved in sex, which in my case is that I tend to avoid it and sometimes find it gross. Yeah, and there's variation on that among aspec people, like I'm kind of in between sex indifferent. Don't seek it out, no particular positive/negative feelings, and sex favorable. I enjoy it, I guess. I don't know, this is weird to talk about, but yeah. Also to me means I'm only able to experience romantic or sexual attraction if I have a strong emotional bond with someone. And I also identify as gay cause I've never been interested in girls, and the only 3 times I've experienced attraction it's been towards guys. Hey, that's us. Yes, we are blessed. And I'm gray aroace, which for me means I experience romantic and sexual attraction very rarely. Thanks guys. We have a question from Mooney who asks, how do you deal with people who dismiss ace people, and also them not feeling attraction, whether romantically or sexually, with remarks like you're just a late bloomer or you just haven't met the right person yet? It kind of depends on the situation. If it seems like they just don't know much about it, I might try to explain it, but if that doesn't work and they're just being rude, then I usually just try to ignore it. If people still try to tell me I'm a late bloomer when I'm an adult, they're clearly just wrong. Even as a teenager, most allo, not aspec, people know who they're attracted to even if the switch hasn't flipped yet. But for aroace people there's just no switch. I get you haven't met the right person yet a lot. Trust me, I've met a lot of people and that's not gonna magically change anything. And I have a boyfriend who I love, and he is the right person because he doesn't judge me or pressure me into doing things I'm not comfortable with. Yeah, I think that's really important to remember, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that the right person is supposed to love you for you, and maybe there is no right person, and that's okay, then you have to be that person for yourself. Whenever I try to explain what to me is, people usually say that's just being normal and having standards, so then I have to explain that I usually have zero attraction to anyone, like being fully aroace, except if I have a strong emotional bond, like childhood friends level of bond, then I might be able to develop attraction to that person. It also kind of sucks when other LGBTQ and people dismiss aspec people as being basically straight, like our experiences are very different from straight people, even though they are not exactly the same as other queer identities. We have a lot of similarities. Everyone here knows you're valid and part of LGBTQ+. Yeah, yes, definitely, of course, certainly valid enough to have a column on the alignment chart. Oh boy, it's time for the last column on the alignment chart, folks. Let's start with distinguished arrow/ace. I vote for my boy Omi. Makes sense. Ah yes, snobby distinguished is a valid form of distinguished, unless it's oikawa. Hey, do we have a functional arrow/ace here today? Inashita is very functional, more functional than my vice captain at times. Whoa, at least I was a fun vice captain. Okay, and who's our final disaster? I feel like Kenma's too chill to be a disaster. Let's give it to Asahi-san. Even if I didn't get to be a bi disaster, my boyfriend can be an aroace disaster. I don't know if that's something we should aspire to be. Just accept it, Asahi-san. Okay, sold. A drum roll please for our final alignment chart. It's beautiful. Thanks everyone for your hard work. None of this would have been possible without you. Have a great night. We're not finished, by the way. Oh okay, I guess we can stay for a bit longer. I have one more topic I'd like to talk about. We have a few people here in a polyamorous relationship. Say hi guys. Hi. Hey. Hello. Hi. Polyamory is technically not an LGBTQ and identity, but I think it's important to acknowledge its place in the community and the similar difficulties we all face. Thanks Suga. I personally feel like my polyamory is a big part of my queerness, and we get a lot of shit from people who don't understand it, so I think it's great to talk about it more often. Bokuowl would like to ask how you guys deal with unsupportive people? I'd say the best thing is to surround yourself with people who accept you and don't feel bad about cutting out unsupportive people. If you've given them a chance to learn and be open-minded and they're not taking it, it's not your responsibility to put up with them. I know I love my boyfriends and they love me, so I don't care what other people think. When people aren't supportive, it's often because they have negative stereotypes about us, but I know myself the best and I know those things aren't true, so there's no point in wasting my time with people like that. I sometimes struggle with the idea of being judged by others. When that happens, I like to cuddle with my boyfriends to make me feel better and remember why I'm in this relationship in the first place. And if all else fails, I can send Bokuto and Kuro to go scare people who are being assholes. Thanks guys. I think we could all learn something from how strong and confident in yourselves you are, and that brings us to the end of our Pride celebration. Thanks to everyone who made it today, and thanks for the great discussions. Also thank you to our straight allies. We really appreciate your support and enthusiasm while giving us space to have our voices heard first. Of course, my pleasure. Anytime. We appreciate you too. I hope you all have a good rest of Pride Month, and don't forget to celebrate your queerness in every other month as well. Thanks Suga-san. Thanks for organizing this. Yet it was really fun and educational. Thanks for enabling our memes. It's always my pleasure.